Hello and welcome to my first ever video on Red Line Classics. This is an idiot's review of the Porsche 928. Thank you for watching and please enjoy. The Porsche 928 was unveiled at the Geneva Motor Show in 1977. It then went on sale the following year in 1978, where it actually won the European Car Award of the Year. Now, despite its futuristic spaceship design, its speed and comfort, sales were a bit slow. Maybe it was the high price tag where it came in at over the highest level 911s. Or traditional Porsche buyers were scared by this new V8 front engine water-cooled beast. It's not what the traditional Porsche buyer were used to. Now, despite this, how does the 928 fare 47 years later? And in particular, how does this one fare? This is my 1978 Porsche 928, and it is the cheapest on the road 928 in the UK. Now, I've had the car since September, and despite my concerns and everyone else's concerns who warned me, the car drove 275 miles home faultlessly. Now, it didn't see much use. It sat in a garage for a few months, but since the turn of the new year, I felt brave, and I've actually been dailying this. I've now done short of 1,000 miles in it, and apart from a flat battery, and I've replaced that now, it's had no issues. Well, how does this 195,000 mile example hold up all these years later? Well, pretty well in fact. The 4.5 litre V8 is still pretty smooth and pulls really well. And yes, the 3-speed auto slush box does put a bit of a downer on things, but with 8 out of 10 of these being sold as autos and a manual one being pretty rare to find and fetching a pretty penny, I'm going to settle for this. Now, how does it handle? Well, really well. I expected this 70s GT car to be heavy and cumbersome and wallow around in the bends, but it really doesn't. It corners extremely flat and it doesn't feel heavy. I mean, this thing's 300-400 kilos heavier than its 924 brothers and sisters, and it hides it really well. I think some of this handling is down to Porsche's trickery. The 928 was one of the first road cars to have passive rear wheel steer, which adjusted toe in and out to help you around the bends. So despite being this big GT car, you really don't feel it. It handles brilliantly. I absolutely love the interior in this thing. This Porsche is fantastic, and it's also packed full of features. And it's crazy to think in 1978 that you've got electric windows, electric mirrors, heated rear screen, rear wiper, cruise control and aircon. Well, yes, none of these things work anymore. The electric windows do, and that's about it. But it's still crazy to think that these are features you could have way back in 1978. It never fails to put a smile on your face, this thing. And when I bought it, it was certainly more of a heart decision than a head decision to buy it. I didn't really think it through. It was more my inner child who saw this great big Guards red V8 supercar and just said, I want it. So I take no responsibility in buying this thing. It wasn't me, it was inner child me. But I've really come to love it. Despite the morning after I bought it, I walked out the house and said to myself, what have you done? This is so stupid. I'm not one for making sensible decisions when I buy cars. I normally slightly think them through, but this one, yeah, I didn't. But I've really come to love it. Every time you put your foot down, you just want to put your sunglasses down and ride into the sunset while blasting Queen and snorting questionable substances. But the issue is the radio doesn't work, hence the JBL speaker the previous owner left in here. And after putting fuel in this thing, I don't have the money for food, never mind getting into questionable habits and substances. Well, have I regretted to buy this? Well, not at all. I'm so glad that I've got to experience such a car, and I won't forget it, but it's got to go. Will I make money on it? No. In fact, I haven't. I've actually lost a bit of money on it, because this car, unfortunately, about 2 hours ago, sold. So this is going to be one of my last drives in this thing, and I'm certainly going to be missing it. Will I buy another? Certainly. Owning this has only made me lust for another one even more. Only time will tell, but maybe one day an S2, an S4, I don't know. But it's got to go to make way for other projects. I've now had 15 Porsches. It's about time I switch things up. Maybe put money into the 924 Turbo, the 924, maybe try and even resurrect my 944 from the dead. But unfortunately, things have got to give, and in that case, the 928 has got to go. So on that note, thank you very much for watching this video on Redline Classics. If you've enjoyed, please subscribe and follow for more, because there's certainly more to come with many of my stupid shenanigans. So thank you very much, and see you soon.